Welcome to the desk. This is my 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 chip in, and this is my 12.9-inch iPad Pro, which I do all my video editing on. The back is predominantly used for audio creation and things like GarageBand and Logic Pro, but I also use it for management, emails, day-to-day stuff like that. And what I want to talk to you about is screens. Now, I did a video on this poll, and this is where the camera normally sits, but of course it's sitting here today. I used to use a 27-inch iMac, and going from a 27-inch iMac to a 14-inch MacBook Pro is a little bit different. As creators, we're always looking for more real estate. And when using things like Logic Pro, you want to see multiple things. You want to see the tracks view as well as the mixer view at the same time, or you want to see plugins. So what creators tend to do is they go and buy a nice big monitor, or they go and buy a really lovely telly. Now you can see right here, I've actually got quite a bit of space, and I could integrate things like a monitor or a TV into there. But the Gravity Stand 3D arm that's there, there's one there, there's one there. They actually hold my peripherals, things like cameras, microphones, and even lights. But the problem with having a big TV or monitor is you can't be portable with it. Of course, if I took that with me, great, I'm using the same computer, but I'm not going to be lugging a monitor, and I'm certainly not going to be lugging a TV to a different location. Now, I nearly bought an LG Duo Up, which is a really interesting monitor. It's a 16 by 18. Instead of a 16 by 9, it's 16 by 18. It can be used as two different 1080 screens, or it can be used as one big glorious screen. But it's quite huge, and it would fit in that space, but then I can't really take it with me. So what's the answer here? What can we get that can plug into my laptop and give me multiple screens, but at the same time is highly portable? Well, the answer has actually been sitting on the desk the whole time. And it's this. This is the XReal Air augmented reality glasses. Now, these glasses are USB Type-C, and they work really, really well with Android devices. XReal have their own app, which is called Nebula, and it works incredibly well. The idea is you plug this into the Mac, it's got a USB-C just here, and then you plug it in, and then you see what's on the screen in the glasses. And that's fine, but then as you move around, it's right in your face. So they've actually got a piece of software that's in beta at the moment that when you plug these in, you can tell the virtual screens where to be in a real-time space. And I said screens because it doesn't just give you one screen, it can actually give you up to 3 screens. Now, to showcase this, the first and foremost is you're going to have to get over something. So let's get it out of the way now. What do I look like with these on? But to show you this is actually really difficult. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this camera up against the screens that are here to kind of show you how this works. So as you look at the glasses right now, this is the Nebula for Mac software, and it's in its beta, as I said. And right now, if I actually put these about here, there we go. We should actually see a screen. Now, if I can move this around and it actually stays in place, doesn't give you the best view because of course we're just trying to get this where your eye would naturally be, so it's a bit difficult, but you get the idea. So I move my head and the screen stays where it is. Now, the natural viewing experience of this is actually way better than what you're seeing on the screen because your eyes adjust, whereas the camera I'm using is actually my iPhone because it's the smallest thing I can get in there to actually focus on the screen right now. So this is the other way where you can have up to 3 different screens. So I'm trying my best to show you. So this is the center screen where it's mimicking screen number 1. And if we move over here, just physically moving, there's another screen there. And if we move over here, there's another screen there. That is that screen. And you can see here, I've actually got 3 screens on. So if we have a look over here, there's another screen there that's showing the Nebula app on Chrome. And if we go over here, back to the main screen, if we go over here, there is Logic. So there's a couple of things. First of all, I can see the screen right here, and it's kind of here in front of me, but it's huge. It's around about 120 inches of screen, and it's that screen right now. I've only got it as 1. I haven't got the beta software up. It's just a carbon copy of what that's doing. And you can even see the screens actually in the lenses if you look carefully. As I move up and down, you can see the reflection. Now, of course, the other thing is it's tethered, so there's actually a cable here. That's the cable, the USB-C cable going into the Mac, and it's incredibly clear, actually. I'm really impressed with it. Now, I'm looking at you right now. If I focus my eyes on the screen itself and I have to look around, it's following obviously exactly where I am. It's instant, it's moving exactly where I am. There's no jitter. There is a little bit of jitter on the beta software because it's telling it to stay in a certain place, and as you move your head, it's recalculating where it's going to go. Now, a little thing about the beta software, It was a little bit jittery, and also it would actually crash quite a lot when you're trying to go to 2 or 3 screens. It is in beta mode at the moment, and the only way you can get the beta is actually on the Chinese website, not the UK website. I will put a link to the beta software if you want to go and grab it. And the best experience with these glasses is on Android. So if you have an Android device, you can plug into USB-C directly. If you want to plug into things like Lightning, you actually need an adapter from XReal so you can plug it in. What that does is it goes from Lightning to HDMI, HDMI to USB-C. And it's a big white brick. Now there's another aspect to this as well, which is, well, this. It's a social aspect. Now maybe if you're doing a long haul flight, maybe on an airplane, or you're on a train, or you're in the back of someone's car, you're editing, that might be viable, but would you want to sit in a coffee shop with these on? There is a little bit of a social aspect, it's a little bit funny to wear, and unlike the models and actors they've got on their website, it's not Ready Player One, is it? These aren't bad glasses, they actually look okay, but do they look okay on me? So I'm going to take these off because there's a couple of things I want to show you. Oh, it takes a second for your eyes to adjust. Now there's some accessories that come with it, which is really, really cleverly thought of. So there's different ones of these for your nose, so you've got small, medium and large. There's also an adapter if you wear glasses, which luckily at the moment I don't. And of course there's this blackout piece that you just attach to it, and then that's it. It completely blacks out. The USB-C cable is actually very unique and sends data and power through at the same time. So if you lose this, you actually need to get a replacement from XReal directly. But the good news is they designed the case really well, so you can actually put the cable under there. So whilst they're still tethered to the Mac, you can actually see the screens are there, and you can just see them there in the reflection. Now there's a proximity thing here, so if I let go of that and give it a couple of seconds, it automatically turns the screens off. There you go, do you see that? It's gone. Now there's 2 buttons here. There's one which is a single button on this side, and that is actually to turn the screens on and off if you want to. And then you've also got this rocker, and the rocker is actually for the brightness of the screen. There are actually 2 speakers here, and it's fine if you're watching a movie, but I certainly wouldn't be mixing on them. But they're not bone conducting speakers or anything like that. They are actual speakers, so people around you will be able to hear what you're listening to. But pairing something like that up with good audio headphones, you could potentially mix and have multiple screens. In the UK, these things actually come in at £349. And coupled with the software when it's due to be released, it means you're going to have 3 screens at 1080p for under £400. The LG Up that I was looking at is £600, and that's 2 screens. Now yes, they're real screens, they're physical screens, but they're nowhere near as portable as those glasses. But the good news is that it is highly portable, and this technology is here now, today. You can go and buy it. XReal didn't send me these. This is not sponsored by XReal at all. I bought them because of just pure curiosity. I wanted to see if they can actually do more than 1 screen, and yes, they can. Now you'll have to wait a little bit for the beta software to come out of beta and be more stable. And if you're on Android, you're going to take advantage of things like the Nebula app straight away. But Nebula for Mac is still in a very early beta stage, and also I'm on Ventura as well, so I wasn't expecting anything massive. But straight out the gate, without using the software and just plugging the USB-C in, you get a carbon copy of that screen at 120 inches. So if you used to be something like an iMac user and you miss your big screen and you're using a laptop, plug these glasses in and you've got that big screen back. But the advantage is the multiple screen part of this. So augmented reality glasses for mixing or having multiple screens. Would you use them? Let me know in the comments section below. I put links in the description box of where you can pick these up if you are interested, or if you want to give it a try. And as I said earlier on, this camera actually fits on that 3D arm. And if you want to see the 3D arm and you want to see this entire setup and how it works, then have a look at this video.